Hey everybody, shall we go hunt for some toys and games? It's been a while, let's do it.
Well, you know about retro ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Street Fighter on the Nintendo. I'm a veteran at this, not a pro. Lock into the retro ghetto. Come and have a look around in the ghetto. We got Sonic and Staples settle. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Okay, so finally we've got some time off work, time off being a dad, which is few and far between. So I'm going to do quite a lot of game hunting during the next couple of weeks. I did say in my last video that I was going away for the weekend, and I promised you that I was going to go to one of the best video and game stores in the UK. Now I got my dates wrong. I'm going to go away this weekend, so that video will be up next week. But I didn't want to go a week without a video, and because I've got the time, I'm going to do another game hunt today. There's an amazing store which is a bit more local to me, so we're going to go down there today and find some great stuff. Now I've been to this store before, not for a while. I understand they've now got an arcade, they've got loads of toys, loads of video games. The owner's an absolutely lovely woman, so I can't wait to get there, take a look around, see what we can find, and take you guys along for the journey with me. But yeah, as I said, thankfully I've got some time free, so I'm going to be doing a lot of game hunting in the next few weeks. So hopefully my next 3 or 4 videos are all going to be me out and about, seeing what I can find. If you want to come along for the journey with me, that'd be fantastic. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it. And yeah, let's do this, shall we?
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Okay guys, so as you walk in, just give you guys a quick span of the shop. You can't see the arcade and the retro section yet. That is to the rear of the shop. But as often, the first thing I've done is I've looked at Nintendo Switch games. Octopath Traveler there, which I think was a good price. That was holding its value for quite a while, that game. Now, everything you can see in these videos that's got the sort of green and red tabs on it with their logos. You can see a couple here. That's £2 each, or 3 games for £5. Now a few of these I can see I do end up picking up, and I'll show you at the end of the video what I came away with. But some really good bargains to be had in this store. Every time I come, I find games that are, you know, under market value, which is always nice to see. Orange box there, already got that. It's a great game. But as you guys know, I always have a look at the PS3 and 360 collection. You know, very cheap at the moment, worth picking up if you can, especially some of the rarer titles. They can only go up in value from here. I think that's me looking at Motown. I'm a bit of an old soul at heart when it comes to my music, so the quick butchers at that. But yeah, great selection. And as I say, continue through the video and you will see the retro stuff and the arcade in the back. And coming up shortly, you will see the games. Nice Super Nintendo t-shirt there. I'm a fan of a retro video game t-shirt, I am, as you might have seen in some of my previous videos. And a nice wall of PS4, all very well presented. It's nice when you go into a store and it's presented in this way. You can clearly see everything. You've not got to go rooting through, see the prices. You've not got to keep asking every 5 minutes. So it's a very nice feeling store. It's very light. It's got a lot of stuff, but it's also very spacious. It's well laid out. This here, I would have been tempted to buy, but I already own this. £16 for that game. It's Steelbook edition. As I say, if I didn't already have that, definitely would have picked that up. In these cabinets here, they have got quite a few Lego sets. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that collect your Lego. I previously did, but I just didn't have the room to display it, so sadly I ended up selling a lot of my Lego sets. Various toys in here, spanning from NECA, Mezco, and you know, different horror genres and video games. So If toys are your thing, again, this is a great store for you. These are really interesting. I think these are quite old, these Kiss figures. So you rock fans might want those. Yeah, very, very nice toys on display in these glass cabinets. Funko Pop fans, I know you're out there. We've got a big selection here, as you can see. I managed to ride that wave, thankfully. I got on it in the early days. Bought a lot of pops that ended up being worth a lot of money. So I sold out and made quite a bit of money, so I was thankful to get in and out when I did. I just lost a love for collecting Funko Pops, and yeah, I've got no regrets over selling them. Just helped me to finance some of the other things that I've bought in my collection now. They get a lot of hate, but listen, if you enjoy collecting it, you go for it. They've got a nice selection of them here. They've got a whole wall, as you've seen. So get yourselves down there if you want some. You can just about see there in the background, it's a life-size Boba Fett, or Boba Fett, however you want to say it, from Star Wars. It's actually signed by the actor as well. So that's a really nice piece in the back there. I don't think the cap comes as standard with it. And some records. Sadly, I didn't have time to dig through these, but I can often be found digging through records. And here we go. Just the moment I was waiting for. I've not been to this store since they've opened this arcade, so I could not wait to get in here, but it's fantastic. As well as an arcade, this is a vintage room, so they've got quite a lot of the retro toys and games. It's great to see some of the old action figures. I myself have collected some of the Turtles, so it's always fantastic to look at some of the old toys, and I know a lot of you guys have got an interest in these as well. As I said, these guys do have a website, so if you're not local, by all means have a look on the Facebook group. I'm sure that you'll be able to work something out with Nina in terms of getting postage done, or working out a deal if there's anything on this video that takes your interest. Right, so now what I've done is I've made my way over to the retro games section. As you can see, some really nice pieces here. I was tempted to buy this Point Blank for the PS1. I've not got that yet. Super Metroid Big Box, always good to see. I've already got that, but yeah, if anyone needs it, there's one. And yeah, just various other bits and bobs. Some Dreamcast bits there. Literally they cover all consoles. It's great to see some things in this cabinets, like Master System, things that you just don't see every day in other stores, in the average CEX. There's a large selection here of NES games, so I've tried to do my best to cover these because I know a lot of you guys are interested in collecting them. I've tried to do my best to get these all on camera. So as we made our way from the retro and arcade section, there's also a comic books area. So if any of you guys are interested in comics, they've got a large variety of them here, all nicely presented, all individually sealed. Never really been my thing, but I'm a huge fan of the artwork. I do like drawing myself, so whilst I don't avidly read any comic books, I do enjoy looking at the artwork and doing my best to copy it from time to time.
So I've just finished at Kirkby Sales and Exchange. It's a fantastic shop. There's literally something in there for everybody, whether it's toys, comics, Blu-rays, movies, video games, retro games. If you just want to go in there and play on the arcade machines, it really is a fantastic store. I can't recommend it enough. So if ever you're in this area, make sure you go in there, give them a visit. They've also got a Facebook page. If you just type in the name of the store, you'll find it. Nina is absolutely fantastic, the owner. Very accommodating. They obviously also do trades as well, as you could see, and they give very competitive prices, much better than places like CEX from my experience. So well worth checking out if you're ever in the area. I did manage to grab a few bits as well, so I'll see you back in the Retro Ghetto and we'll briefly look at what I picked up today. Right guys, as you can see, we are back in the Retro Ghetto. Just got back from Kirkby and Ashfield Sales and Exchange. Want to do a massive shout out to the owner, Nina. She's a really nice woman. It's an amazing shop. So as I said previously, if you get a chance, make sure you go in there and check it out. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at what I picked up today. Now, as you've seen in the video, there's so much great stuff in that store. I could have bought loads. But as I've alluded to earlier, I am going away this weekend. We're going on what promises to be a very special toy and game hunt. So I'm trying to look after my pennies a little bit. I'm hedging my bets slightly, but I did manage to get a few pickups whilst I was there. So, first thing I picked up was for the GameCube, Shark Tale. Never played it. I've never actually seen this film, but it's always worth picking up the Disney titles. I tend to find that they're usually a nice pick up and play, nice bit of fun. You know, my lad will be 3 soon. We're getting to age soon when we should hopefully be able to start gaming together. Which, you know, that's something that I've always dreamed of doing, is, you know, gaming with my son and bonding over and sharing, you know, the passion of mine and all this stuff that I've got here. So yeah, Shark Tale. Speaking of that, make sure you check out Dad and Lads Gaming. It's a really good series. It's great to see a dad and his son sharing a hobby, which is something I hope to do in the future, as I say. So yeah, make sure you check out their channel. It's great to see their relationship, and keep doing what you're doing, guys. Okay, so that was the first one. Now, the next one I picked up, also for the GameCube, is Rocky. Now, as you guys probably know, big fan of the Rocky franchise. I showed off some of the figures in one of my previous pickup videos. I haven't played this game yet. I've played it on the VR. I've just finished playing through that. That was good fun. But anytime you can play as Rocky and Drago and Creed, etc., it's a good time for me. It's in nice condition. Complete with the manual. Yeah, I've got a very small GameCube collection, so anytime I get to pick up a couple of titles, I'm happy to do so. Okay, and the last thing I picked up there was Fight Night Champion. This for me is the greatest boxing game of all time. I'm sure people start throwing Super Punch Out at me, etc., which is fair enough, but in terms of licensed fighters, real boxing, this for me is the pinnacle. I think this is the last time in the franchise that they made a Fight Night. Everybody wants it back. I'm a huge UFC fan, but the games just, they're not as good, let's be honest. You know, I think the transition from ground game
to the stand-up game and wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I don't think it meshes very well for a game. It makes it very quite messy, if you want for a better word. And fighting online, if people specialise in certain things, it just loses a bit of fun, I think, compared to a game like this, which is a brilliant game. I played through this when it first came out. I own this on the PlayStation 3. Now, the reason I've bought this again on the 360 is because I own a 360 kiosk, as you will see if you've checked out my video game room tour. And this really is the perfect game to stand up and play with a friend on the 360 kiosk. I love this sort of arcade style game that you just pick up and play, have a laugh with your mates, standing up on a kiosk, take advantage of it. So that's why I picked this up. Now again, just to shout out the store and how good their prices are. 3 titles here. These are £5 for all 3. This is quite a, this sells for quite a bit of money, I think. Certainly on the PlayStation 3 it does anyway. So I mean, to have 3 decent games here for £5. I mean, you can't buy McDonald's for £5 these days, can you? So again, massive shout out to Nina, massive shout out to Sales and Exchange in Kirkby and Ashfield. Make sure you guys check that out if you're ever in the area. I will be getting down there again soon. As you've seen in the footage, they've got like an arcade area. And what they do from time to time is they do competitions. So they'll have Pac-Man running, for example, and whoever it is that gets the highest score within a certain week or so, get given store credit as a prize. So it's fantastic to see what they call mom and pop game stores doing these sort of things. It is important to support your local stores, and to see people making that effort with the community as they do is fantastic. So massive respect to them, massive shout out. Yeah, I'm really happy to add these 3 to the collection. Okay, so that'll be it then, guys. As I said, make sure you tune into the next video. I can't wait for this one. I really can't. It's going to be a very, very good toy and game hunt. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to go now and shout at the television as I try and continue to beat Mario Sunshine. That could be a video on its own. But again, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.
Retro Ghetto.